Every year for the last 10 years, on the 16th of September, Gillette has hosted a memorial run honoring 8 University of Wyoming cross-country runners killed in a drunk driving accident. 2020 marks the 19th anniversary of the accident, and the 10th anniversary of the memory of the 8 run. And we visited with some of the organizers and people involved.
This run is held in memory of the 8 Wyoming cross-country runners that were killed by a drunk driver on September 16, 2001. It's done as a remembrance to them and a reminder to not drive drunk.
It's held to remember the 8 young men who were lost in an accident and to remind the community of the dangers of impaired driving. There was a crazy runner who was running 8 miles a day to honor the 8. And this guy was doing this for a couple of years. And somebody in the running group told the McWilliam family what he was doing. And so they approached him one summer and said, we need to have a run. So we decided to have a run on the day of the accident 10 years ago. And so that's how it started.
One day me and Sonny were having coffee and he's like, I have this vision. I want to do a memory of the 8 race for Morgan McClellan and the other kids that had passed away from the wreck. And he said, but I don't know McClellan's. I said, perfect, I know McClellan. We live next door to him. And so I said, oh, this is going to be awesome. And so then we ran the 8, and then I brought him and introduced him to Jim at work. And that's how the memory of the 8 started.
Well, you know, I really wasn't part of that. Sonny Roberts and my friend Betsy decided that they would like to do something in memory of Morgan. Now, Betsy knew Morgan really well. She'd coached him in soccer and things since he was a little guy, and her son and Morgan were really good friends. Sonny, I had never met him, but Sonny had been deeply affected, I think, by this story and what had happened, and he's a runner, and I think they decided they wanted to do something, and the two of them actually, I think, started and put this together through the Runners Club here. My son Morgan was one of the 8. That happened 19 years ago. He's been dead now almost as long as he was alive, and it's hard for me to get my mind around that, but yeah. And it's important that I think that people remember not just him and his teammates, but the way they were killed and the fact that nobody has to die that way. I think we always need reminded. People tend to keep doing it. It means everything to me. I think that for me and for my family, I talked to my son in Nashville this morning. I think for all of us, it's a positive way to get through this day, which continues to be very difficult. It's amazing to me how that keeps continuing to be so difficult, but it's a way for us to do something positive and see people that we love and care about and watch the kids run, and it's just really nice. It means everything.
Because Morgan was a good friend of my son's from when he was a little kid. They were in the same class together. They played soccer, basketball, track. He was just an amazing kid and an amazing family.
It's just a connection with running. Running's a gift, and it's a tragedy that those young men lost their chance to fulfill their gift. So it's just a running connection for me. Each mile honors one runner, and then there's a QR code that tells the history of the runners. It's just we have to keep telling the story be forgotten. We need to honor the young men, and we made this into a positive event, remembering who they were. Well, we have a committee. That's the big thing. It couldn't pull it off without committee and volunteers. It works because we have volunteers. It works if we have support from the city of Gillette. They're the ones that authorized us to put the mile markers on the figure 8 run.
I'd just like to thank Sonny and all these people who have worked so hard to make this a success over the years, and let them know that their efforts are greatly appreciated, that my husband, my son, and my other son, and my grandchildren, and everybody were really, really grateful that they're willing to do this. And remember, don't drink and drive.
Well, every year we get more people involved. The cross-country team is here. We have music, the food. You have all these people buying into it. And if you drive around town, every mile's named after a kid that passed away in it. And it's a reminder to kids, don't drink and drive. And I think it really makes people remember, no one does it on purpose, but please don't do it.
I think it's grown amazingly, and it'll be interesting to see this year of COVID how things work out, because I expected that we might not even be able to have it, but we are having it, and I think that's really nice. I'm glad that we're doing it, and hopefully it'll be really great.
So every year I have a new addition to the run, and this is my new addition this year, hoping to hang this in schools, in all the school gymnasiums. The rec center, they said they would hang one too inside the rec center. Okay. So hopefully have people sponsor it, buy one, put them in their business to keep the memory, keep telling the story.